What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We got this beautiful Audi A8 here in the shop today with a camshaft code, and now the engine is derated to 4,000 RPM. So we're not getting full power out of it. So today we are going to take a peek at it and see what is going on with it. Hopefully it's nothing major. Hopefully it's just a sensor, and we'll be done with it. Look at this thing. This Audi is mint. I love this car, honestly. This car is nice. Got the suede sealant on it. God, this thing is nice. Alright, so as you can see, we got a P001800 code, which is the Bank 2 Sensor A crankshaft position and camshaft position correlation code. And now we have a knock sensor code. And to be honest with you, I get pretty nervous anytime I see this one. Just because, you know, the timing chain could have slipped. It could have done something weird. So now that we know the codes, we're going to go into all data and look up the codes and kind of see what the troubleshooting is with the car. And as you can see, we do have the rev limiter stuck on 4,000. We have the EPC light, check engine, and the rev limiter light on. Bank 2, I do believe, is the driver's side. I think number 1 piston's over here. So that means this is bank 2, and the camshaft sensor. Here, hold up, let me get some light. Alright, so the camshaft sensor is actually right here. So we're going to unplug this and test pin 1 and 3 for 5 volts with the key on. I don't know why it's not focused. So with the key on, we're going to check for 5 volt reference on this. And once I find out what it is, I'll let you know. We just tested this plug here, and 1 and 3 is right here. So you want to test between here and here, and you want to try to get 5 volts. So we're like 4.5 volts, which is probably, I mean, that's pretty good, honestly. That's pretty close. So I would deem that good. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull out the sensor and see if it's dirty, because these cars are famous for dirty oil. We just changed the oil in it to try to get rid of this problem. So maybe the oil is old and you know, dirtied up the sensor, maybe has some metal on there, it's not reading right. These cars are very finicky about that kind of thing. So here is the sensor, and yeah, looks like nothing's wrong with it. It's not dirty or anything. And if you want to know what size this bolt is right here, it's actually a T30. So, T30 right there. So on to the next step. Alright, so I just started the car with this unplugged to make sure that the code changed to a different code, just to make sure this is the right sensor and right bank. So this is the Bank 2 Sensor A for this car, and this is the 4.0 Audi engine. So I'm going to go ahead and go pick up a new sensor and throw it in the hole and see what happens. They're pretty cheap, so it's better than going after an ECM and wasting a bunch of time trying to, you know, undo all these panels to get to the ECM, and then you got to unbox it. I don't know why they bury everything in this car. So, and then the knock sensor code I looked up actually is getting caused by this sensor right here. So the engine's definitely not knocking, but the engine is missing. So Here's my Chariot. I'm gonna head up to BAP Geon to go get this part for this Audi A8. Hopefully we don't break down, because I just did O2 sensors in this car, and then the PCV valve for the inside the valve cover, or we replaced the whole valve cover, which is pretty common on these. This car's got 145,000 on it, and it was burning oil, and the whole intake was full of oil. So we did the new PCV valve, and we did the 102 sensor that it cooked, and then now we're running the cat clean through it, just try to clear everything out. Yep. Finally made the BAP Geon. The old Ford's doing good. Got a sexy Beamer right there. I don't know, can't really see it, it's not focusing. This place is the place to go if you got to import. So we got that sensor for 27 bucks, which is, you know, it's probably like 150 from Audi. Package is secured, and it was only 25 bucks. So y'all want to import, BAP Geon is the place to go. Just always remember that. Alright, so we're back in the shop. I just popped a new sensor in, so now it's time to test it and see what we get. And we're gonna go ahead and so this is the code that I induced by running the car without it being plugged in, just to make sure it was the same sensor as this one, and it is. So we're gonna erase all the codes, and then retry it. And turn the car back off. And let's start it. And the code's back. Gotta love it. So now we know that something is majorly wrong with the car. It's not just a sensor. Alright, so what we're looking at here is we're focusing on the 4 camshafts. If you look, this is the problem. So we just changed the sensor and verified that the wires are good in the engine, but yet we still have reduced performance, and the code's still there, and it is reading. So I did some research on this code, and I can hear, I don't know if you can hear it on camera or not, but there is a little bit of a rattle going on, and I'm thinking that the cam phaser took a crap. And the reason I'm thinking that is because it is driven off oil, and this car sat probably for about a month without being driven, and I'm wondering if it locked up somehow or another. It's not allowing the camshaft phaser to move, and which is causing weird idle and the ticking noise. I don't know, just guesses here. Nothing set in stone, really. Still trying to figure this one out. Alright, you guys. So we're gonna take a break from the Audi, and now we're working on this GL. And as you can see, I got the AC gauge is hooked up. Well, let me turn this down. So we got the AC gauge is hooked up, and AC is full blast, and we're not cycling anything. I got this the scanner on the car, and pretty much what we're looking for is any kind of codes that pertain to any kind of high-low switches, compressor codes, anything like that. Try to give us a helpful hint on why the AC is not working on this car. My guess is the compressor probably took a crap, so, or a relay or something like that, because I already checked the pressure inside the AC system with the AC machine, and it is good. So now I just got the gauges on there to see if it's actually working, and just keeping those on there while I'm probing around. So I got the scanner hooked up. There is no codes for the AC compressor, but I have it activated right now, and it's commanding it 100%, but my pressure's not changing, and I can verify that right there as well, not changing. So I'm gonna lift the car up, and we're gonna see if we're getting power through the compressor. So I just checked for power. Trying to get a picture of the plug up there, but I don't know if you can see that or not, but plug's right there. Ain't getting no power on it. So now we're gonna look at the fuses and relays, see what's going on. After doing some digging and some research on this GL 450, still ain't got no juice, and we're not getting any power at this switch. All the fuses are good, so now I gotta call the customer and see what they want to do, because it's gonna take a lot of digging. I'm thinking it might be the control module not putting out the output. It should be, but I'm not sure. And like I said, the customer probably not gonna want to pay for doing any more investigation on this car. So this one might be over with. It's 2010 GL 450. So there's a little recap here. Is we're not getting any power to the AC compressor. It is a variable AC compressor. It's not like on and off, so it does have the solenoid on it, but we still should be seeing some kind of voltage down there on the one wire. All the fuses are good. I looked at the wiring schematic, and there is no relay for this circuit, and I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. Mercedes wiring schematics are absolutely garbage, and for some reason they keep saying this car is an EV, and it's not an EV. So I'm thinking maybe this control module here isn't putting out the power, and the way the schematic reads is, I don't know if you can see this or not. This wire right here is actually what's going into the compressor. So it's either this wire is bad, or the AC compressor I mean, not the AC compressor. Either this wire is bad or this control module is bad. Because everything else works on the car. The heat, all the blend doors, everything. I don't have any codes for it or nothing. So today we've looked at the Audi and we've looked at this GL. Two nightmare cars. This one still ain't fixed. I've swapped the good cam sensor to, I think this should be the intake one, I'm pretty sure. And then this one down here is the, no, this is the exhaust, this is the intake down here. And I've swapped these. And this is the one I thought that was bad. I guess it's not really bad, but process of elimination here. I've done some research on this one, and I think either the cam, I don't know what Audi calls it, the cam actuator, you know, the variable valve timing gear up front is plugged because it is ticking from the front, or it's your oil controllers or your cam adjusters, whatever you want to call these things for Audi. So tomorrow we'll be probing around in here to see if there's anything there. I highly doubt this car skipped time. It's possible, but I doubt it, because this car's been sitting on for probably, I don't know, 3 months. And before 3 months it was perfectly fine. It lost all the battery power, and then next thing you know, this code comes up. And we already changed the oil to a good oil and all that jazz. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this one. But for today, this video is over. And this has been a complete nightmare of a day. So I will catch y'all in the next one. Like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. I appreciate it. Later.